Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, Jenna. Appreciate all that. So we're going to move on to the last item on the agenda, which is the competition category policy, which, as most of you I'm sure saw, was posted on our website with a release about it earlier, just last week. I think we have tried to be as transparent as possible in our communications about it. This is related to the federal executive order from the current administration about transgender participation, and we are mandated. For people who don't know this backstory, I'll quickly provide it. We've been mandated by the USOPC, like all NGBs, to adopt a policy that meets the intent of that executive order. I do think the USOPC was, I'm not going to, I'll get to you in just one moment, Sarah, but I think I wasn't privy to all the conversations the USOPC had with the administration, but they were trying to find a path forward, and they ended up where they did. One of the couple of things we've done that I want to make sure people know is we have limited the scope of this policy only to our national championships and to sanctioned events. We are also currently looking at instituting a new championship, another championship next year that would not have gender categories like 5 and under does not. And I should also note that there's been some pretty thoughtful discussion around this by the board. Some of them are probably on tonight, and one of the things they want to make clear is that they, like all our policies and procedures, they can, when they could, revise a policy again. But right now, I think the key points to take away are, that we're not looking to impose anything on member club play. And we really tried to keep this as narrow in scope as possible. Sarah, go ahead.
I've got an awful lot to say about this steaming pile. Got an awful lot, but I'm
Sure.
going to focus on one thing. I'm going to focus on reporting grievances. It says, and it reads, and I quote, abusement, harassment, and or harmful acts towards the transgender and non-binary communities will not be tolerated. My problem here is that the President of the United States has been waging a campaign of abuse, harassment, and harmful acts against the transgender and non-binary communities. And USA Curling not only tolerated it, they participated. You participated. All right, the gall, the unmitigated gall you had to put that in this document. The freaking gall. Like right now, I'm in a group of trans curlers. We have like a chat room. We are all in pain. We are all in pain. And it's not just the loss of competitive opportunity. Right now, we are being assaulted on all sides. And even the sports we love, even our community is betraying us. You just codified the fact that we are less than everybody else. I've heard a lot today about inclusivity. I've heard a lot today about a path to crap. You know who doesn't get to have them? Us. We don't get to have it. You said you had a commitment to us. USA Curling said you had a commitment to us. You still do. That's the most infuriating part. And the moment that became inconvenient, you sold us out. You sold us out, and I don't want to hear any crap about them making you do it. You didn't try. You didn't even try. You had 6 months to implement this policy. You told me about your decision in a week. All right? I'm sure you had a bunch of lawyers look at this, but I'm also pretty goddamn sure that you didn't have that many lawyers asking how you could fight this. And the last thing I want to say, and I want everybody to hear this, everything that USA Curling does from now on, everything, the playdowns, the championships, Dean's salary, our Olympic teams, all of it is funded. It is literally paid for with our suffering. You gutless cowards! You gutless cowards! I hope you don't. I hope you're sleeping well at night.
Sarah, I can appreciate your feelings. I mean, that's all I can say to you.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I can
can't do
appreciate
anything about it, though.
your
You
anger.
didn't do anything, Dean. You didn't do anything. What did you even have? You even have Trans Day of Visibility crap still up on your website. And even one of the best parts about this whole thing is that it doesn't even do the thing it's supposed to do. If you are a trans person and you never tell anybody, if you stay in the closet, maybe you'll get to play. Maybe you'll get to play. Oh, and not only that, but all of the, oh, this is at the discretion of USA Curling. You know what? Somebody's going to be playing against a woman who's tall. They're going to tell you about it. And then you're going to ask her for you're going to ask her for her birth certificate. And what the hell? And you didn't even put, like, you just put a random, like, oh, this and other stuff we might consider. You didn't even do the thing. You didn't even do the thing that they told you to do. And not only that, but you keep on spouting their goddamn propaganda of us having this being a safety problem or something like that. I'm sick of it. I am sick of all of this. And this is the one place I have a voice. And God damn it, there's not the most important thing in the world right now. But here I have a voice. And I will tell you, Dean, as I told you that day, I do not quit. And you have not heard the last of me.
I can understand that, Sarah. I will say that this is an ongoing issue for sports organizations of all kinds, not just ours, from the IOC to all other, sports organizations in this country and elsewhere. And I think that there are, questions that are being discussed about it.
Oh yeah, there's questions. There's questions about whether or not we exist, whether or not we're real, whether or not we can actually be a part of anything. That's the questions. That's the questions. And I'm tired of you pointing towards other NGBs. All right? If everybody jumps off a cliff, do you jump off a cliff? You did here. And I'm going to tell you another thing. This administration will be back. This administration will be back. And I'm going to tell everybody here, they'll sell you down the river too. They'll sell you down the river. When they say, oh, those lesbians, they're a little bit too manly. Who are you going to stand up for, Dean? When is it going to be enough? I'm done.
Sarah, I will say I have no shortage of issues with this current administration myself.
Yeah.
But I do think there are places that frankly would be more effective to direct your anger and ire than USA Curling. I don't think USA Curling, frankly, is going to move the meter on this issue.
Trust me, Dean. I have so much anger for so many people right now. It's just I get to talk here. Yeah. And trust me, everybody's finding out. All right? And you'll know. You'll know. I will be here. I will be here, and you're not getting rid of me. I am going to be the dead rat in your wall. My stink will not.
I don't think we want to get rid of you, Sarah, but
you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.